So today what I'm going to show you is how to fill out your advisory journal for Wonder Wednesday. So all the other days of the week you're filling out your journal with your advisor in the mornings, but because we don't have advisory on Wednesday, this is your chance to kind of figure out something that you want to learn about by yourself and practice doing a little bit of research. So when on Wednesday morning or Wednesday afternoon at some point, you come to your advisory journal and you're going to go to your Wonder Wednesday page and you see you have two different boxes. So at the top there's this little cloud and that's where you're going to type your question. So I want to find out a little bit about penguins. So I'm going to put, where do penguins live? And that's my question today. I just want to find out where penguins live and learn a little bit more about them. So to find that out, I'm not just going to type in my answer because I don't know the answer yet. So I'm going to click my plus sign and I'm going to open a new tab. And in Google, I'm just going to type, where do penguins live? And it already filled it out for me. So where do penguins live? And so right here, what I have is I see a screen and it tells me a little bit about penguins, but I want to make sure that I know everything. So I'm not just going to copy and paste from here. I'm actually going to click on this link so that I can read the whole article, because there may be something included in that article that I wouldn't get to see if I just read the top part on the Google slide. Okay, so it says penguins are flightless seabirds that live almost exclusively below the equator. Okay, live almost exclusively below the equator. That seems important to me. So I'm going to flip back, bring my cursor up to my other tab, and I'm going to add in a bullet point that says penguins live almost exclusively below the equator. And so that's what it said from there. Exclusively means like mostly. So in parentheses for me, I'm going to put the word mostly below the equator. And so lol, I can't read it because it's under there, so I'm just going to scooch it down. Okay, so penguins live almost exclusively or mostly below the equator. Let's see what else I can find out. So it says some island dwellers can be found in warmer climates, but most, and then it tells you a bunch of different penguins reside in and around icy Antarctica. So I want to put some can live in warmer climates. So I want to add that. Some live in warmer climates. But then we also know most penguins live in Antarctica. Okay, so most penguins live in Antarctica. And I think I spelled Antarctica wrong. See how there's a little red squiggle line here? You should always make sure you check those right away. So Antarctica. Most penguins live in Antarctica. Okay, great. So they have blubber, and their oily feathers are good for cold temperatures. And so I'm going to keep reading, and I'm going to keep reading. And read all through here. Now I know really cool things. They stay with their mate for many years and only lay one or two eggs at a time. They molt. Okay, conservation and threats. That looks interesting. Among the biggest threats to the penguin populations is climate change. Warming in the polar regions has melted sea ice, which penguins depend on to find food and build nests. Rapidly changing conditions mean Antarctica could lose most of its penguins to climate change by the end of the century. To survive, they need to relocate to new habitats. So I just want to add that penguins may need to move to new habitats because of climate change. Now, it's really important because I typed all this out and I put it in my own words, but this is not my own information. So I want to make sure that I know where I got this information from. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in the word source, and I'm going to go back to this page because this was the article that I read, and I'm going to highlight it, and then I'm going to copy and paste here. And so now if I want to go back and read it again or I want to show it to somebody, I know where I got that information. So the source is here. And that's how you're going to do your Wonder Wednesdays. Every week you can change your topic, or if you want to find out more about the same topic, you can ask a new question. So a new question for me maybe next week is I can find out, what do penguins eat? Or if I want to worry a little bit more about this climate change, I could say, how are penguins being affected by climate change? And I could ask that question for the next week. can't wait to see all your really great questions and find out everything that you learned. Thanks, guys.